I'm Kelly Mitchell, and this is Breve TV Uncorked. And there is my... We're having fun today. I hope all of you are. My camera's all messed up, and I'm Kelly Mitchell, the caffeinator, and this is Breve TV Uncorked. Women on wine, business, and evolution, sharing rich conversation to enlighten, challenge, and inspire the busiest people on earth. My co-host, Debra Trapin. Welcome to the show, Debra.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm looking forward to giggles and shenanigans today.
I think we're going to have a few of those. I think it's time. It's always time, right? Didn't we just do an episode on C'est la vie, it's the way of life? You need to have more happy in your mana, your energy, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to be in the stream, and we are always in the stream Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific. So if you want to converse with us, use the hashtag #PoundBreveTV and play the video. brevetv.com/live. We'll see you there, and be sure to tell us what's in your glass. Now, let's get this party started. Debra. What's in your glass? That's going to buy me a minute of time.
Oh my gosh. So, in honor of shenanigans, I am drinking, we just joined a wine club here in Woodinville called Cellars, and so I am drinking one of the most delicious white wines we've had from Woodinville so far. It's called Twisted Knickers.
You know, this so reminds me, I had a boss back in the 80s right out of college, and he would always, his thing for saying, like when he was angry and all that fun stuff, is don't get your knickers in a bunch. So is this a play on Twisted Knickers and getting your knickers in a bunch?
I do think so, because it doesn't really give much information on the back. All it says is untwist your knickers.
Oh my God, I so love it. I so love it. Yeah, get your knickers out of the twist. Why are you so uptight, right?
Oh.
What do you love about this wine, girlfriend?
Pardon?
What do you love about this wine, besides the Twisted Knickers?
Okay, I love the way it smells. Like, you know, some whites can be, they have a lot of alcohol forward where you just, it's like, kind of burns your nose.
You mean, is this moonshine? Am I drinking moonshine today?
Well, and sometimes if it's not the right temperature, it can just be, it can just kind of burn the nose. And so this is, it's just got a delicious fruit-forward scent, but it's not overly sweet. It's not dry. It's kind of right in the middle, and it's just delicious. And I can see enjoying this all year long, actually, not just being a summer, because it is not thin. It's actually got a really good weight to it. So again, I look forward to taking you there when you come visit again.
I can't wait. And you know what? We were talking about trips earlier. Maybe that's the trip I need to make, is I need to get my butt back to Seattle.
Yes, come to the Trapin Inn. We will swirl you.
And will you give me Twisted Knickers?
No, but I promise to untwist your knickers.
Okay, there we go. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I am drinking Chronic Cellars. Now, I don't know if you can you see the label?
Oh my gosh.
Is that crazy? So Chronic Cellars, I don't know if this has anything to do with what those people in Denver are eating and smoking, but it's in Paso Robles. This is actually called Sofa King Bueno, which I think my translation means that if you're chronic and you are on the sofa, then you are the king of Bueno. So, it's a Paso Robles wine. I love Paso Robles, which Paso Robles, my understanding, is in between LA and San Diego. Is that accurate, or is it between LA and San Francisco? I'm still learning the geography of the mainland.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to take a road trip.
Okay, road trip. Are you coming with me?
I will come with you. I will come down to your wine country. You come up to mine. Woohoo!
Fabulous. Okay, so this is 43%. It's a blend. 43% Syrah, 32% Petite Syrah. I love me some Petite Sirah. 11% Mourvedre, something like that. 8% Grenache and 6% Tannet.
Oh my gosh, do you know
Wishes in one hand, chronic in the other. Well, let's see.
what? I need to
So
write
my
that
wishes
down.
in this hand and my chronic in this hand. How's that?
I am in love with it. I would love that one, I'm sure. It's got
It's
so
delicious.
many grown grapes in it. That is off the charts. I mean, Move Red, I think is how you say it.
Move red. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's one of my favorites, and you don't actually see it very often. So that just sounds delicious.
I wonder where they're growing the move red. It's actually for a red. Now, keep in mind that because of where I'm at right now, Hawaii, this wine is very warm in terms of how wine should be kept. And I'll have to tell you to have a red at a room temperature Hawaii style and have it this smooth is mind-boggling. So chronic, rock on, you're doing a good job.
I love it. Oh my
Reminds me of
God,
the Grateful Dead.
what are we talking about?
Okay, so, well, like we're talking about screw humble. Like seriously, episode 70 is screw humble. 10 reasons to embrace your magnificent. Each of us has greatness inside of us. The reality is our fabulousness doesn't burst out of us and make a difference without conscious effort on our part. Tapping into our potential and unleashing our greatness will, however, make a huge difference in our lives and on the lives of those we come into contact with. When you show up, you literally inspire others to do the same. So we begin with a quote. This is from Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Actually, who am I not to be?
I mean, seriously.
Seriously, right? I mean,
Love
okay.
that quote.
And I have to say for a moment, like the inspiration for this was our friend who was on the episode of episode 68, which is about how to be a badass. And I had to do some internal like looks at myself because I was constantly telling people, I am so humbled, I am so grateful, I am so thankful. And for once, my inner voice did something different. Usually it's like, oh yeah, you better be. Oh, you should have said. Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't do more. You know what I mean? And this time through the inspiration of that episode, I started to look at, you know what? I have been working my ass off for decades. Maybe I deserve a little bit of this. Maybe I don't always have to do the humble thing. Maybe I should say a little bit of, yeah, I work my ass off to do this. And that's what I think we may be missing to some degree as women. And this is a women thing, I think. Stop saying you're sorry for everything that you didn't do because you didn't do it, right? And start taking ownership of how amazing you are.
Yes. Did you see that? It was I don't know if it was a commercial or if it was another one of those, where some big brand, this is sad because I don't remember who did it, the sorry, not sorry, like how we need to stop saying we're sorry. And
I did see that.
I love that hashtag, sorry, not sorry. I think it's hilarious because it pulls right into this. I think that what you are talking about, I think you can be humble, but I think that there's a point where you become too humble, and too humble to me. Now this could be because I'm a Leo. Too humble's annoying. It's like, seriously, you worked your tushy out. Like, take the credit, and it's okay. But where along the line did we learn that it wasn't okay? That's so interesting to me.
Yeah, who told us it wasn't okay to be amazing? I mean, are we telling ourselves or? And that's, to me, that's the question, is like, where are we getting this from? Are we getting it from a place of we don't deserve this? Because honestly, oh my God, here I go. I'm sorry, honey. Wait, Cheers. Did we do a cheers?
Cheers. Oh, we can
Okay.
do more than one cheers.
So I have to go down this path just for a second and pull me back if I get rabid.
Okay.
We as women do not have the rights that most minorities or protected classes have. We do not have those rights. I'm sorry. That's like a political thing. I don't talk politics. It's just reality. It's not a political thing. I'm nonpartisan. I wear the hats of donkeys and elephants. No, I don't. I'm nonpartisan. But the reality is, we have less rights than minorities and protected classes. Will you give me that? Can I hear this?
I will give you a hail yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. So I think that in how we've been set up in society, we feel that we're less than just by the simple fact of what we've been given, like what we're honored with, which we're not honored with a lot. So we've been struggling. We have been the mothers to sons who run countries. We have been the grandmothers of children who, make breakthrough billionaire justified products. We are people who keep a nation safe. We nurse people back to health. We are the nurturers of the universe, right?
Yes.
All women are.
Yes. Most
Okay.
women. Most women.
Most women. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So I guess I'm taking it from that perspective, and I'm looking at us and going, okay, so we're doing all this, but we're also now and incredibly significantly on our own ways as entrepreneurs, making a way for ourselves. And that's why I'm saying stop being humble.
Yeah.
Stop asking for permission. Stop telling people you're sorry, because there's no need to be sorry. You don't have to ask for permission anymore. We need to own it. We need to own our successes, our past, our futures, and the things that we're going to create as we move forward and as we take our places among those who are amazing.
Absolutely. I think that if I might sum that up, then the first reason is in order to make an impact, you actually have to believe you are worthy of that.
Yes.
So, like, having an impact on the world doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a CEO. Having an impact and really digging into and embracing your magnificence can very well mean that you are going to be the mother and the grandmother and the great-grandmother to generations of greatness. And I think that that's part of it. It's that the reason you have to, the reason you owe it to the world is because that's part of your impact. Huge.
And so it doesn't matter what your role is. If your role is senior level management, if your role is startup entrepreneur, if your role is mother of 2 children or 10 children, if your role is motherless and making great strides in an area that needs support, helping nonprofits, making change in social landscapes, and social business. It doesn't matter where you fit into this great scene. What matters is that we stop asking for forgiveness for things that we didn't do. So stop saying you're sorry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then also take ownership of who you are and the work that the hard, the difficult, the important work that you have put forward in getting to where you are today. So I guess we better start with the 10 steps. Otherwise, I'll get on my soapbox and then we'll have a 80-minute episode.
Well, I think that, some of the reasons you're actually speaking through them. I think that your soapbox is a huge piece of that. I think the first one, like I said, we can kind of sum that up by saying that one of the reasons you need to actually embrace your magnificence is that you have a purpose and to make an impact. And your purpose looks different from everyone else's. My husband and I were having this conversation about how incredibly epic is it that each of us looks totally different. And we all have a different thumbprint. I mean, that's wigs me out a little bit sometimes.
Totally radical.
And so if you think about it, like no one else has my thumbprint, and no one else can do what I'm meant to do. And so in order for me to be able to have that impact, I have to embrace that magnificence. I think that's huge. I also think the second thing that comes to mind is you can't attract positivity if you aren't reaching out and growing into your greatness. I think so. Attracting positive energy is another great reason to embrace your magnificence. I think it's huge.
I totally agree. Totally agree. Okay, so am I doing number 2 or am I on number 5?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. Okay, so here's the deal. If we're like quiet and we downplay what we've done, then people don't actually know who we are. So I think you need to take that from a perspective of potentially misleading people. And then you're also saying maybe you don't matter, okay, if you're downplaying your successes. So it's almost like I want people to raise up a little bit and say, when somebody says, oh my God, you're so brilliant, and I'm just blessed to be in your shadow, then say, thank you. Like, thank you. You know? And you don't have to say like, oh, I'm so grateful you said that, or oh my God, I'm so humbled by what you say. So, and this is very cathartic for me because I need to stop doing some of this.